Good evening. Thank you for taking the time for this briefing. We mentioned earlier what our plans were given the impending blizzard, and that we would wait for the 4 o'clock weather forecast to see if anything changed. Nothing really changed. To the extent it changed, it got worse. The winds on Long Island, they've actually increased the estimate for the speed of the winds. Gusts up to 70 miles per hour, which is a significant issue for the eastern end of Long Island. Again, the track of the storm is passing New York City, Westchester, Mid-Hudson, and then along Long Island and up towards Connecticut, and the worst of it on Long Island. So the estimates that we reached earlier, we're going to now firm up. The MTA Import Authority will be closing the facilities at 11 o'clock. If you have to use those facilities, you should plan to use the facilities and get wherever you're going by 11 o'clock, because that's going to be a hard stop time. We are also restricting travel on all roads in the 13 counties from Ulster, Sullivan, south, including Orange and Putnam, New York City, and Long Island. That's 11 o'clock, a travel restriction for all roads, state roads, local roads, city roads, town roads, except for emergency personnel. This is a serious situation. If you violate this state order, it's a possible misdemeanor. It's fines up to $300. And that will go into effect at 11 o'clock also. The two lessons we've learned dealing with the situation more times than we would care to: getting the subways and the railroad cars in a safe position is key, so that when the weather does leave, we're in a position for the system to start back up. We saw that under Hurricane Sandy. So that's what we're trying to do here with the 11 o'clock closing down. And number two, in terms of keeping people off the roads are very dangerous. We've just been out to Long Island and driven around the metropolitan area. The roads are already very, very dangerous. And they're going to be very hard to clear at the rate of snowfall we expect, with the wind gusts we expect. So it's dangerous to be out there now. It's only going to become more dangerous. And at one point, it's irresponsible. So 11 o'clock for all roads to close. I'm going to ask Pat Foy to give us an update on the airports and what he hears from the airlines, and then we'll take it from there. Pat?
Governor, very extensive delays and cancellations, even more extensive cancellations, Governor, than we reported in the earlier press conference. Virtually all flights at LaGuardia tomorrow will be canceled. Significant cancellations at JFK as well. The typical advice we give is call your carriers if you're planning on leaving tomorrow when the roads have been reopened, whenever that time is. But very extensive cancellations at all airports. Expect significant delays.
Okay. Anyone have anything else? Superintendent, Commissioner? Questions?
Governor, can you explain a little bit more about the closures? That's every subway line, every bus, just make that crystal clear what exactly.
That's exactly right. It is the entire system. We started talking earlier this afternoon about people should leave earlier to get home. We talked about a soft close time for the system of about 10 o'clock, so get where you were going by 10. The hard close time is 11 o'clock. And it will start to slow, the service will slow up until 11, and it will stop at 11, because we'll be moving the subway trains as well as the railroad cars to safer locations. On the roads, in that 13-county area, it is a total travel restriction ban. If you are in your car and you are on any road town, village, city, doesn't matter, after 11 o'clock, you will technically be committing a crime, it's a misdemeanor, and a summons up to $300, and we will issue those summons. And that will be in effect until we see what happens tomorrow. Those counties are Mid-Hudson, Westchester, Rockland, New York City, and Long Island.
And then obviously, we don't know when this is gonna be reopened, the subway service.
We will monitor it tomorrow morning early. But remember, the storm is supposed to pick up tonight, go through tomorrow. So we'll see, we'll watch it as it goes. Also, we have emergency personnel who need to get places. And I can tell you already, cars are getting stuck on the highways. And it only takes 2 cars to get stuck, and the traffic backs up, and that's it. And it is phenomenally difficult and time-consuming to then get the right equipment in there to move cars, et cetera. And it is no joke to have people stranded on a highway. We've gone through that before. It is frightening how quickly a simple trip to the supermarket can wind up being very dangerous. And I can't tell you how many times people have said to me, I was just going to my friend's house, it was just a mile away, I was just going to pick up some groceries and come back. And then they get stuck in the car, and we've had situations where people were stuck for 24 hours. So we've learned the lesson the hard way. I'd rather err on the side of caution. In this situation, I don't even think it's a close call, because if you spend any time on the roads or you look out the window, you understand how difficult the situation is, and it hasn't even started yet, right? This was forecasted just to be 1 to 3 inches of snow, and it was supposed to become heavier later on. It is already very, very difficult out there.
Should residents expect 0 subway service tomorrow morning?
Let us update that as the day goes on. I want to ask, Tom Prendergast is assessing that right now. So when we have a good estimate, we'll tell you.
Governor, earlier today, you were saying that definitely that you were thinking of closing down Metro North and Long Island Railroad, but the subways you said would be limited service, and after that, you weren't exactly saying whether it would be, I mean, what changed between then and now where you're saying definitely subways are going to be closed?
The feeling is that the storm has gotten worse, and to protect the system, rather than have longer delays and more problems trying to put the system back online because the cars were damaged, close the system at 11 o'clock, put the cars in a safe place, and then we'd be prepared to reopen the system when it's ready.
Buses too as well, right?
Yes.
MTA is completely closed down.
Yes, at 11 o'clock.
Or you don't expect any of this to be lifted in time for any kind of a commute tomorrow, right?
At this time, no. At this time, no. The forecast is the snowfall gets worse overnight. So whatever we're looking at now, we think is going to be exponentially worse tomorrow morning. The good news is the sun will come out again. We just don't know when. Thank you very much for being here.